Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. My name is Cosmic Kev. I am your host. This is for the week beginning October 21st, 2016. So, Libra is concerned with the intellect, with balance and harmony. It's sort of like the interior decorator of the zodiac. There's an element of the diplomat, but if we really get down to the roots of Libra, it was bartering and trade. Hey, I'll do this for you, you do this for me. It's considered the most dispassionate sign in the zodiac. Now we're moving into Scorpio, which is considered one of the most passionate signs in the zodiac. So we go from the dispassionate Libra, who although loves romance and idealizes it, they like the feeling of being in love. And Scorpio is more like, I want real lust. Anything less is worthless. So, I mean, if you ain't got any fire in the belly, you're not going to impress Scorpio. Now, the other thing about Scorpio, it's fixed water. So water signs tend to be really imaginative. They tend to be more psychic and into the occult, spirituality, and, lovemaking in Western astrology. Because in Western astrology, water signs rule the mucous membranes. So all those really sensitive places are ruled by Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Now Scorpio, because it rules the eliminatives and the reproductives, is extra juicy, sexy, passionate, and very psychic. Because when we look at fixed water, we think of like scrying. People would look in water to get visions. Water's got to be still for that. I think of beautiful archetype to describe Scorpio would be Crater Lake in Oregon. There's this volcano that collapsed, filled up with water, and in the middle of it's got this little island called Wizard Island, so it's like, come on people, how Scorpio can you get? And then as we get into more darkness in the seasonal year, there's this thing about, more secrets, a little bit more mystery coming on. So that's, that is part of the energy as well. So anyhow, without any further ado, we're doing this sign by sign, all the signs. Oh, are there any shifts this week? Well, yeah, Mercury is going to move into Scorpio this week. I think it's on the 24th at 1:47 p.m. So, that is a shift, because we go from this communication that's more diplomatic and open, and I think overall just very happy to this kind of communication that's a little more like, hey, I'm not telling you anything because I don't trust you. Or sex messages on the phone. I imagine that's a Scorpio specialty. So like I said, here we go, sign by sign. So much, and then we just got over what else we got over? The Mars-Pluto conjunction. That's still heavy on us, and that can give an incredible amount of strain. Here we are. Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So when we're talking about Libra time, you're focused more on romance, on partnership, on flirtation, diplomacy, getting a job. Kind of like in the eye of the hurricane in a 7th house transit. So we're moving into the 8th house this week. Sun moves in the 8th house. Mercury moves in the 8th house. We're thinking about death. We're thinking about sex. We're thinking about birth. We're thinking about other people's property and the fact that we're not in control of the game anymore. Which for a Mars-ruled sign like Aries, that's incredibly frustrating. So what do? What's the remedy to this? Well, one thing is that what's in your favor is getting people to help you, especially with Jupiter still in your 7th house. So you've got help all year, and you've got this ability to make partners, and you've got this ability to win other people. Now, you either owe other people money or other people owe you in this transit. So it can be very easy to be, how can we say this, upset by things or turned off by things. So with Mars and Pluto up in the midheaven, it's like you have got to show your strength right now. And it's like showtime, it's performance time. And you're not in control of anything, but if you get good support for others, if you be like a sweetheart and just be really nice for a little while, and less brashness and ego, I think everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be beautiful. And there's no worries. I mean, it's a good weekend to kind of chill it. It's moon going into Leo this weekend on Saturday. You'll probably be feeling ready to roll, ready to rock. All right then, Taurus, welcome to your horoscope. So, when we think of Libra time, we think of the gymnasium, the 6th house, your co-workers, maybe co-workers you don't like, small pets, service work, government work, military, prisons, hospitals, especially nursing, health industry, all of it, phys ed, it's all there in the 6th house. Aunts and uncles, small pets, you know, and charitable causes. So a lot of times in our 6th house transit, we're working on making good karma to balance out the 12th house. But we're going into the 7th house this week. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you're in a place of more balance. We got Venus is over in your 8th house, so there is this kind of libido, and they say that fall is like a second spring almost. It gets people, you know, people are a little bit more interested in amour, you know, getting together and all that stuff. And Scorpio offers no BS passion and deep intimacy. And you're like, yeah, I can meet that. I can meet that. That's a good balance for me. And so it kind of brings a storm of emotion and experience into your stability. But there's a beautiful balance, and there's a fecundity. Now, if you ever seen a Scorpio and Taurus couple, I mean, they say that is like a bond that you just can't break. It's like, whoa. I even saw a cartoon of Mountain Astrologer once that said they love each other after death even. I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But it's, you know, right now, with Saturn and Venus together, it's like work on practical ways to see how we're all at lost and how we're all interdependent on each other. That's, yeah. And there'll be some beauty in that, so let's go with that. Okay, so greetings Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. You know, your key phrase is I communicate. Now Scorpio's key phrase is I create. Now Scorpio is occupying your 6th house, which is the gymnasium. It's your health, it's charitable causes, it's working with others, it's finding a way to do better. Now we have Mercury moving from the 5th house. Oh, it was so fun, it was so creative, we're having a blast joking, to the 6th house. Let's get in shape. You know what? I do not want to go into winter being a blimp. You know, I need to have myself together, because if I want to take that vacation in the Bahamas, I got to look good in my bikini or monokini or one piece or nothing at all or whatever it is, you know. And you know, you're trying to communicate vibe, at least be healthier, possibly even. So you can do that. You have the intelligence. You have that mercurial intelligence, and all you need, which you sometimes lack, is a little bit of discipline. But I think your partner right now has a little more discipline. And when we see Venus and Saturn together, we're thinking of stability in relationships. So if Venus and Saturn is in the 7th house, it is stabilizing your relationship right now. Or it's showing you what isn't working, so you can move on and find something that's real. Saturn is all about what's real. Venus is all about beautifying, and it's also sort of about protecting those who are weaker. There's a vibe of that in Venus too. I would say, you know, if you want a good story on the planets, the Vedic stories on the planets are par none excellent, because they give you the image, and this is how people remember things better, is with that image. Now, here's the other deal. We've got Pluto and Mars in the 8th house, Gemini. I mean, this is very scorpionic. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, so your libido is rocking, and yet you're extremely aware of the lacks that other people have. And so you're really working with others a lot in this cycle. Continue to do so. Watch your health, You know, flu season comes on, and do the good work. That is all. Well, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So we're starting out the weekend, or at least Friday, with Moon in Cancer through Saturday morning. So here's where you have some influence. And yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't happen while the sun's in Scorpio, so you don't get that water on water vibe yet with this particular moon. Next weekend we will, though, with the Scorpio new moon. So, but in any case here, this is what we're working on. We're moving into our more creative space now. We're moving into a place where ideas flow and where our imagination is giving us everything we wanted and then some. And so, and we have an appetite for love. We have an appetite for happiness. We have an appetite for fun. We have an appetite for adventure. And you know, I mean, Cancer crabs, you know, getting them out of their shell and giving them a chance to have an appetite for adventure, this doesn't always come easy. And you know it don't come easy. Yeah, good old Ringo, he was Cancer too, you know, he still is. He's still kicking it from what I know. So relationship-wise, Cancer, it's kind of stormy. You know, you've got Mars and Pluto in your relationship house. So everything is about to change. Everything is about to unravel. And it's really easy to be forceful right now in a relationship, which probably isn't that good of a thing. So we have to kind of, you know, hold back a little bit. Now, as far as like health issues and stuff, you've been dealing with ongoing health issues, and the key that I see with Venus and Saturn together is like relax, renew, revive, you know, and that's it. Relax, renew, revive, and recreate. And sometimes you can't, because you know what? When you're having a bunch of 6th house transits like the Venus Saturn one right now, it can really work you. You're working hard. And but try to work with a lot of love and a lot of heart, and I think it'll go easier. Well, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So on Saturday, a little bit after 12:30, Moon goes into Leo. So we've got Moon in Leo during the transit of the Sun from Libra to Scorpio, and through Sunday, and for the majority of Monday. So there is this vibe, you know, that you're on top of your game. You're going to put good things forward, and you're going to make it work. You know, it's like where you make it work is mostly in the area of family and honoring the ancestors. So, you know, I was recently doing a chart for somebody, and I was like, yeah, you know, when Leo, whenever a sign is occupying your 4th house, you know, what Scorpio does for Leo, it's about your foundation, it's about your heritage, it's about your parents, and it's about who you consider a tribe for you, your comfort zone. It's kind of more like a place where you want to stay in the house. I hear it's a good time to buy cars or real estate too. Somebody threw that out there. I don't quite understand that, but I'm sure they have their reasons. I guess I do with the real estate part about the home. So, I mean, with North Node transiting Virgo, you're trying to make money. With Jupiter and Libra, you're trying to expand friendships and your relationship to the environment, to have enough leisure to work with your hands, have some fun, make a little music maybe. Sun and Mercury moving into Scorpio. You know, get some information about your relatives, what they went through and where they've been, because, you know, part of like healing ourselves as whole people is we kind of have to heal our parents and our grandparents and elders of their trauma, because we're living it already, and that will be extended to our children and grandchildren if it hasn't already. And it's never too late to be loving. It's never too late for a healing, and I really feel like that, because we have to resolve, and healing doesn't always mean you're going to get better, but it's to make whole and make peace of what situation you're going through. Most of the time it does, though. Yay, that's the good happy news. Most of the time it does. And in some ways you do get better. Neptune transiting your 8th house, you're interested in spirituality. That's why you're watching this. Oh, thank you. Uranus and Aries in the 9th house, you get inspired when you pursue spiritual knowledge, and like I said, you got a moon going in your 1st house this week, so you got a powerful Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hello, Virgo. Welcome. It's your horoscope, baby. So, Libra time is about making money for you, kind of, right? Yeah. And family issues you got to take care of and step things up. Maybe you had problems with your throat or ears, dealing or dental work or things involving your neck, stiff neck, that kind of stuff. Well, that's gonna, chill out. We're moving into the 3rd house now. And so you like taking short trips. You like, writing, playing music, doing arts. Way more fun now because Scorpio occupies your 3rd house. Also, it's a good time for relating with siblings and friends from the past that you grew up with. So this is another good thing happens. We start out Friday night looks like a good night to rage, to socialize, party with your friends, get together with your people. It's kind of when the harvest parties start to really begin. I mean the real harvest parties, no, not your, not just your squash and tomatoes, folks. Sorry, this is the Ishi Nation, folks. This is that region of the Pitt and Sacramento River drainage. We got big roots here. We go back. So you right now find love where you are. Beautify your house. Work on your home. Make it really as beautiful as you can for fall. And know that you've got all this creative energy just surging through you. And with Mars and Pluto right now, and so it's like, change the way you do things. Engage more time in physical activity. Get yourself worked up in a positive way, because you got a gift to get people right now, and it's extremely potent and it's extremely transformational. And you just got to deal with your relationship from a spiritual level. It's not always going to be fun. Trust me, I know this. All right. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So we say goodbye to your 4-week plus reign of power. Kind of. I mean, in a way, you're still in power for a whole other year because of Jupiter. Jupiter being in Libra. But, as of tomorrow, Sun's going to go into Scorpio. And so this is about your values. This is about how you make money. This is about your relationship with your family, neck, lower jaw, ears, all those parts of yourself are going to be extended. Now, Venus is in your 3rd house in Sagittarius, and it's kind of a live or let live. It's flirtatious, not a heavy commitment level there. It's just kind of like having fun. Mars and Pluto in the 4th house. I mean, this is like moving to another environment or transforming the environment you're in. I mean, I'd be careful about household hazards, and I'd pay attention to the elders in your family, your grandparents, parents. They have a transformational message about your foundation of existence. And with all this Libra and Capricorn that's been happening, I've been thinking everyone is, the big issues have been romance and leadership. Romance and leadership. Can we rise up? Can we be good to business? Can we be good for others? And I definitely feel it, because it's like, I see that in my own life. It's like, hey, it's all work and it's all it's all work and it's all love. Well, hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So what I was thinking for you is we're gonna celebrate life in a different way this week. We're gonna enter into this with the knowledge that we're walking carefully because of our spiritual karma, and that's like Jupiter in the 12th house. So it's like we got to pay attention to our dreams. We have to pay attention to our relationship to our Creator. We're not going through this haphazard. Now Mars and Pluto are in the environment of our neighborhood and our siblings. So I mean, really keeping close touch with your siblings is a good thing, just like what I said to Virgo earlier, right? You know, and friends from the past, dealing with your writing, dealing with your communication, dealing with your art. I mean, Scorpio's key phrase is I create. And from what I can tell, it's one of the most creative signs in the zodiac, if not the most creative sign in the zodiac. This is fixed water, people. This is a sign that every image is imprinted upon them. And I mean, we definitely can look at it in the world of art when we think of like Claude Monet or Pablo Picasso, or even, you know, musical artists like Dickie Betts of the Allman Brothers or Joni Mitchell. I mean, these unique kind of styles that inspire so much. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because it's also, you know, our spiritual life. You know, some of the most inspirational evangelists, Billy Graham, Billy Sunday, Scorpio sons. I don't know about his sons. I haven't figured out his trick. And so you're doing good. You have a lot of good creative ideas coming on this week. I would say, you know, Friday night's very playful. It's really fun. I think Tuesday and Wednesday not so bad either. When the moon's in your 11th house in Virgo, so that'll be sweet too. Well, hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So, all right, so we've got Saturn and Venus in your first house. So it's kind of like Venus is helping the Saturn thing because you've been kind of stodgy and stuck more, and you know, just heeding to the rules, and but now you're feeling a little bit more amour, a little sense of love, a little sense of upliftment is coming your way. It's not so bad. And financially things are really like you're taking big action. You're making big financial moves right now, many of you, to prepare for the future. And foundational stuff, you know, like family and parents, you know, you have to look at them in a spiritual way. You're getting a lot of creative inspiration just from Uranus and just the craziness, you know. I mean, the political scene in America right now, for my international friends, is like the biggest embarrassment in the world. I just want to let you know that most of the country wants all these people to spontaneously combust. Oh, but yeah, I know, there's the fear-mongers, and they go, well, yeah, well, you know. Well, trust me. You know, the banks are still in control, okay? It's going to be business as usual. Same thing with the military-industrial complex. So if you think those two things are going away after this, God, I love your optimism. We need more optimists, you know. I mean, I have to admit that. We do. And Sagittarius is an optimistic sign. Okay, Capricorn, we're doing it. No, it's all about you, really. I mean, you got this pole, Pluto, Mars thing. Yeah, I mean, if it hasn't killed you, you're going to make it. You're dynamic, you're forceful. Now, where do we need to use the force? Well, it's in entering into territories we normally couldn't get into. Maybe you have to have a higher ambition to get a better job, you know, and say, well, you know. I remember this one time I was hitchhiking through Oregon, and a Vietnamese gentleman who was an immigrant saw a job at Hewlett-Packard that he knew he was not qualified for, but it sounded amazing, the pay was good and everything. He applied. He got the job. And he says, why? He says, nobody else applied. Everyone else was intimidated by it. And the fact that he was willing to show up. And this is my message to you, Capricorn. Be willing to show up. Scorpio time is social connections that benefit you. This is good. Got a little romantic Friday here. That's going to be good. And I mean, just carry it through the rest of the week. Carry some vibe with you. All right? There will be challenges, no doubt. And, you know, keep it all balanced with a sense of, well, I can be loving even while I'm being assertive. Whoa. What a concept. Aquarius, greetings and welcome to your horoscope. So, no, I don't want there to be any horrors. No, well, I mean, you know, no, I know horror sounds a lot like some other, I guess considered a negative affirmative towards a a sexually active female or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's just like horrors and horror. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Well, if it was your daughter, hey, no. Oh boy. Yes, well, anyhow, you know, saying mean names to people based on gender it's not PC anymore, people, you know. Don't, I guess so. I mean, I think it's weird out there. That's all I'll say. It's very weird. And Aquarius, you are the master of weird. So we're moving into Scorpio. We're going from this 9th house where life was kind of an adventure. It was lucky. You might have even won a lottery ticket or a cake at a cakewalk. And now we have this wonderment, going on where you're taking on more responsibility. And that is the Sun and Mercury entering into your 10th house. So we're looking at career stuff here. Now, on the scarier part is dealing with karma. Pluto and Mars in the 12th house. So these are some formidable foes, is what I would say. Especially to a Saturn-ruled sign like Aquarius. And so, yeah, I know about the Uranus thing, but we'll get to that later. How do you negotiate this? Well, you pay attention to your spiritual life. And I mean, even if you're an atheist, I'd say start praying, because prayer does work. And as we change our mind about a situation and focus on something in a positive way and a result, it changes our heart, it changes our mind, and it changes the energy around it. And we're mostly energy. And you're intelligent enough to know all about that. That there is, science and spirituality are one. They dovetail. And so when if your guru gives you a good chant, I would just do it, If you're able to speak in tongues, I would just do it. If you just need to go om or sit in silence, I would do it. But whatever it takes, get into that meditative place and allow yourself to be renewed, because you're going to have to act with some serious wisdom over the next 4 weeks. Yeah, balls in your court. Thank you. All right, so hello Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. So, last day of Libra. Oh yeah, 8th house, transformation, mysteries. You love that stuff. But you never know. You don't know where it's going to go next. So it's all good. Anyhow, we've got Neptune in the 1st house along with Chiron. And Chiron's going to go into Aries, I guess, pretty soon. But you're looking at being a visionary. And now that the Sun's moved into Scorpio, it's giving you better fortune, good luck, put you in the ashram. Long distance travel is great this time of year. Going back to school, getting a certificate of some other kind of technologic thing that you can do, or anything, learn how to be a lifeguard, it will work. That can be, first aid can work. And your social life is very dynamic right now, and so there's a lot of changes and a lot of explosions going on in your social world, but you too have to respond to leadership, because we've got this Saturn and Venus thing happening in your 10th house, and so you're bringing more wisdom, you're bringing more love, you're bringing a sense of aesthetics and discipline. It's going to work for the whole and allow a lot of fun to happen as well. So there you have it in a nutshell, folks. Cosmic Kev with the Cosmic Forecast for October 21st through the 28th. Enjoy. Love as much as you can. See you next week.